Hi Capricorn, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your April 2025 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who have liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, source on me in front of us, it's the Celtic Oracle spread as always, and I also pulled the Four Agreements and Wisdom Oracle card for you guys. We're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus should be as far as that goes. Alright, we have two. So second house energy for you guys is Aquarius, and we have Pluto in that sign. Speaking of Aquarius, we also see it came up here too. So yeah, it could definitely be a focus on your house of possession, self-worth, and finances this month. And we have the North Node. So the North Node's actually in Pisces, which is your third house of communications, short journeys, and siblings. All right, so we'll keep that in mind as we go through the main spread. In the main situation position, we have the Two of Wands, Aries energy, and challenging that, we have the Ten of Pentacles, Virgo energy. So yeah, so to me this says that it looks like ultimately you might want to explore something new. Maybe you want to travel somewhere, for example, or maybe there's just a new opportunity that you really feel drawn to at this time. And if that's the case, it could be at a distance from you guys. And it could just be saying that the challenge there might be you might have a pretty stable position where you're currently at, right? So for example, like I said, if it is you want to move, maybe your challenge there is like, okay, you're already settled, you have a house, whatever the case may be, right? So there could be a whole lot that would have to take place for you to actually make the move, but it still feels like you're called to that regardless. All right, in the foundation position, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So yeah, so to me this says that ultimately it looks like you do have some form of stability within your current position at this time, and maybe you feel like it's taken you quite some time to get there too, but even with that said, it does seem like there's something calling to you right now to move towards something new. All right, in the past position we have the Two of Pentacles, and this is a Capricorn energy here as well. So yeah, could just be saying that maybe it's as simple as in the past you might have had two options, right? You decided to take option A, and now maybe you're still thinking about the what if with option B. So it could just be one of those things where like, okay, maybe I took this job, right? Maybe it's giving me a good level of financial security, but hey, what would have happened if I took the other path, right? So it could be something like that. Right? In the present position, we have the Page of Wands. So yeah, so this looks like you're really ready to explore. You're feeling a strong pull to explore, and yeah, so like I said, maybe for some of you it's just one of those things where you've reached a certain level of comfort with where you're at, but maybe there's a little bit of boredom there now, right? To where like, okay, yeah, this is cool, right? I've achieved a certain level of success here, but maybe I want something new to challenge me at this time. All right, in the near future position, we have the Three of Swords. So this is actually a Libra energy here, and there will actually be a full moon in the Libra around the 12th or 13th, I believe, of April. So could be calling to that time in particular where you might start to feel this energy. But given that Libra energy for you guys is 10th house, this can be around career in some way. So yeah, I guess that maybe some of you might have chosen a certain career path to maybe feel like it's gone well for you to this point, but now maybe there's a level of disappointment there to where you're like, okay, maybe, you know, like I said, could be boredom, or maybe you feel like, oh, I wonder if I could have gone a little further had I taken this other path, things along those lines. In the position of your influence on the situation, we have Temperance. So this is the major arcana card for Sagittarius, which is your 12th house. But yeah, could just be saying, again, like I said, maybe you're weighing the pros and cons of a situation, right? Where you're like, okay, yeah, here's the pros of where I'm at now, but hey, maybe this other path I could take might have its other pros to it. So yeah, it could just be one of those things where you're just feeling really drawn to the what ifs around the situation. environment position, we have the Lovers. So this is actually Gemini energy here. So interestingly enough, for some of you, this can be around a romantic connection, right? So for example, maybe you chose one romantic partner, but you still think about the other option you had in the past for whatever reason. But given that for you guys, Gemini energy is sixth house energy, which points more to work, this could also definitely be still a financial thing too, which seems to be more the case up to this point. But yeah, for some of you, it can be around more of a romantic situation too. All right. In the hopes or fears position, we have the Five of Cups. So yeah, so again, maybe there's a fear that you might have chosen the wrong path, right? Not necessarily any clear indicators that say that you did, but again, that could just be what you're feeling right now. And I mean, keep in mind, some of that could at least partially be due to the fact that we currently have the Venus retrograde going on, the Mercury retrograde going on as well. So, there are some energies that could have you thinking about the past and reconsidering things. All right, and in the outcome position, we have the Eight of Wands. So, more Sagittarius energy here, but I would say the positive here, to me, this says that if nothing else, you're going to feel a lot more organized and sure of what you want to do next as we progress through the month of April. So, yeah, as those energies cleared, like I mentioned, the Venus retrograde, Mercury retrograde, those will technically come out of retrograde during April, although you'll still have like a little post shadow period, but it could just be saying that as we progress through the month, you're going to feel a lot more clear about, okay, was it just a momentary thought in my mind that, oh, what if with this past situation, or do I really feel like it's still, calling to me even stronger now, right? And then you feel more ready to act from there. All right, and bottom of the deck, we have the Death card. So yeah, so for some of you, this could just be saying, like I said, maybe for whatever reason, maybe this is saying the depth of your passion for a situation, right? Like I said, maybe you chose one career path and maybe you chose it because, for example, maybe it had more financial security. And now you're looking back like, man, this is cool and all, but maybe the other opportunity, for example, might have had more general freedom, right? Where you could have traveled more, things along those lines. So maybe it wouldn't have paid you as much, but you would have had more freedom of movement. And maybe now you're looking back on it like, man, should I have taken that path, right? It could be something like that. All right, from the Four Agreements deck, we have Don't Make Assumptions, and it says Ask for what you want. All right, it says Find the courage to ask for what you want. Others have the right to tell you yes or no, but you always have the right to ask. Likewise, everybody has the right to ask you for what they want, and you have the right to say yes or no. So yeah, definitely an interesting message there, right? So for example, if this is one of those situations where you are looking at, you had two different choices, and maybe the one where you're at now isn't giving you the level of fulfillment that you thought it would have, right? Then maybe it's saying, well, maybe you could even ask in the situation that you did choose to see if you could get those things that you were hoping for in that situation. You never know, right? But hopefully that resonated. And from the Wisdom of the Oracle, we have All That Glitters. There's the artwork and the number 16. So we'll see what this has to say. All right, essential meanings says the need to see beyond the superficial, the desire to don a mask or dress something up to disguise its true nature, trying to be something you're not, chasing after every sparkly new thing, being mercurial. The oracle's message: it's only human to want to adorn oneself in trinkets and paint a pretty picture of oneself. It's natural to want to acquire the trappings of status, or to deny them is a statement of rebellion. But if it sparkles, is it better? Whether it's a fast car, a big house, a title or position, the stamp of authority, or the sparkling of diamonds, these icons let you know something about a person, place, or thing. Or do they? The truth is that people seek to acquire things because of what they will do for them and how they symbolically will elevate them and make them more attractive. This card signals that it's time to see beyond the adornments and probe beneath the surface. Learn to recognize the mask people wear and the motives underlying them. Imagine that all the glitter is gone. Would you still desire the object or person? So yeah, definitely an interesting message there, right? As far as maybe if there's something like another option that you had in the past that maybe seemed more glamorous, right? Maybe it could be asking you to look at that and say, well, is that the reality or just how you're perceiving it, right? The relationship message says sometimes we try to be something we're not to impress others. We embellish a story a bit, adding some dramatic elements to make us more appealing. The real person becomes hidden behind the sparkle and shine. There are times when we don't see the true value of someone else because he or she may not have the glitz and glamour that seems so desirable. Now is the time to look past the surface, beyond the mask, to the essence of a person. Who that person is, not what he or she has or can give you, is important. See beyond the glitter and look for that inner glow. Use the eyes in your heart. Let go of artifice and let what is authentic shine. So yeah, definitely an interesting message there, right? Again, like I said, because let's say if this is more of a relationship situation, right? For some of you, maybe it's looking at the person you're with now, saying, well, was that more of a superficial thing and maybe there was a better connection in the past, or vice versa, right? Maybe like, oh, maybe this person isn't as quote unquote exciting, but maybe the person that was the other option, maybe they had some of that excitement, but maybe that was still a superficial thing. All right, the prosperity message says sometimes an opportunity looks so good that it glitters like gold and you just can't resist it, especially when it appears others are doing so well and have hit the overload. During the American gold rush, everyone hurried west to find their fortune and then deserted entire towns after the mining depleted the gold veins in the earth. So too can you deplete yourself as you chase after the latest shiny thing that has caught your eye. There is a mercurial quality to your present circumstances. Pay no attention to those who chase after fool's gold. Resist the temptation to be jealous of others. What they have achieved may not be the true success you seek, so don't compare yourself to them. You see only the surface, right now, only the sparkle. Be assured that you will experience your own shining moment if you stick to what you know. All that glitters may not be gold for you. So yeah, definitely an interesting message there because like I said, for some of you it looks like you are reevaluating like, hey, maybe, I took option A, but was option B really the better choice and things along those lines. And yeah, ultimately, like I said, maybe for some of you will find that, yeah, maybe I should have gone with option B. Whereas obviously you might really look at through and say, no, you know what, maybe I did choose the better path. So looks like you're definitely going to be reevaluating things this month. And like I said, with those retrogrades at play, it does make sense that that would be coming up for you in general. So hopefully that resonates for you guys. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.